Hey everybody, with the awkward point, all I can do is watch y'all come in. I'm good, Jennifer, and you? Good morning, Holly. You're welcome, Jennifer. Oh, thank you for the gifts. Good morning. Do I cut my hair? I trim it when it absolutely needs it. And then I literally cut off as little as possible. The first time I cut it, in 2024, I had to take off like 8 inches. And now this time it was literally like 1. Sorry, I just realized my little edges. There we go. Hey, Kenzie. Oh, that is not good. I would talk to your doctor and have your hormones checked, and make sure any medications you're taking can't have caused it. And then maybe make yourself some rosemary water to try and help keep it in until you work it out. No, I did not cut it. It's in a braid in the back. Good morning, Brittany. I have decided to cover my head as part of my face. I am Kenzie, and you? Yep, I would look into those. Maybe there's a change you can make or something they can give you to counteract it. I've heard pumpkin seed oil is good. I take fish oil and hair and skin nails as well as a daily vitamin. Or hair, skin, and nails vitamins as well as a daily vitamin. Mine does pretty good. We are good, Brittany. I'm actually getting ready to take him for an appointment today. That's why I am on early. I bet that was fun. You sure can. I'm Christian. Thank you. Thanks, Tammy. That's part of why this is all messed up. I put this whole thing on wrong this morning. We're doing great, Carol, and you? I got my septum ring in a little stand in Mandama Mall in Baltimore. No problem, Amy. It doesn't offend me so long as you're not rude about it or offensive about it. I don't mind discussing it. You're welcome, Carol. I just took out the stud that matches it today and put in a hoop. My poor nose is so red because I had the hoop on the wrong part and pushing it. I miss it. That's the only part of Baltimore I really miss is Mondawmin. That piercer is right across from the pizza slice place on the 2nd floor. And I think this was only like 10 or 15 bucks. He put it in for me. Thank you, Kenzie. This actually has a little more space than I would have liked. I like the ones that hug your nose, like this one. Like there's no space between my hoop and my nose. But it looks good. I was right there on Gwyn's Falls. Maybe if I ever get the lead out of my butt and go back home to visit family for the baby, I'll stop in there and see how it's doing. Much love back from America, Linda. How are you? Kenzie, whatever you're correcting, it didn't send it through, babe. Hey, Steph. I am. Thank you, Linda. Sorry I didn't make it yesterday. I had a lady appointment that I didn't find out about. Well, I didn't remember to find out about until Sunday night, so I wasn't here. Oh, gotcha. This one's a pinch shut. You might want to try one of these. Like, literally, he had to use pliers to pinch it shut. We're just talking right now, healing. Hey, Stephanie. Yes, I do. Just even if you buy it, I would definitely recommend going to somebody who knows how to put it in. Some piercers will put any jewelry in for you for cheap. Just call ahead. Don't just show up, because they can be kind of nasty about it if they don't. Yep, I missed yesterday, so once again, this week, I have to do a whole bunch of readings in a couple days. Hold on, I'm doing the math. I need a total of 23 readings in the next 2 days. So that's going to be fun. Hey, Pineapple. That is because this week is a credit card payment and rent. So, yeah. Missing the day probably didn't hurt that much because it still would have been a lot. But still, I wish I hadn't. Hey, Free. Me too, Steph. Ooh. Do you have other jewelry to put into it before it closes? I'm good, Free, and you? Oh, man. That's how I lost my Monroe. It fell out and I couldn't get it in, so I just gave up on it. That's good, Free. Hey, Stuck. Yeah, I want to do the clip ones, but I don't want to take this one out because I know it's going to hurt. I'm good, and you? And I also don't want to break the hoop. I probably will just go to a piercer when I'm ready to take it out and have them do it. Well, that's good. And as people are coming in, I'll let y'all know I need as many readings as possible. So let's get them rolling if y'all want them. I'm so tired. I'm not even gonna lie. Thanks, Steph. I'm really wondering if I should just raise the price for readings, and then it wouldn't make I wouldn't need so many. But I don't know if it would be harder to get readings that way. Thank you. Is it Chelsea? Your name is right over my scarf. Yeah, Chelsea. Congratulations. That's a good time. I feel like a baby. I'm still under 2 years. I've decided to start covering my head. Pretty much based on original Christianity. Sorry, I had a text to send. So that's thoughts for you guys. What do you guys think about making the readings $20? I know we've talked about this before, and I kind of hesitated. Hey, Sabrina. I am. Thanks. I hope you are too. If you haven't had a reading, I don't know if you can judge if it's worth it or not, honey. Not being mean. Hey, Peaches. Thanks, Sabrina. And I'm thinking about it because if I do $20 readings, then I would literally only need like 13 readings instead of 23. And of course, I would raise the card count to match. Yes, I am, Peaches. I just started. This is actually my first full week of it. I typically do $10 readings. And that's for an 8 card, which means $20 reading would then be probably closer to a 16 card. If there was 3 card options, let's see. I'd probably say $5 and just do 5 cards. Hey, Mama. That's a cool idea, Subs. I have Cash App and PayPal. They're both under my link tree in the Bible. In the Bible? Jesus. In the bio. It's because it's next to me and I looked at it. Yeah, just put your money in the Bible. It'll magically get to me. I'll just open mine up and it'll be there. I probably shouldn't joke like that. Nope, just a head wrap. As always, Sebs, I don't force anybody to get a reading. I'm just thinking of a way to make it more obtainable because 23 readings in 2 days is a lot. It is a lot. Well, I hope now that you remembered you did, so you don't lose me again. Goodness gracious, Sabrina. I wonder if that actually worked for them. Thank you, Sebs, and thanks for your input. Oh, that sucks. I've been there. It sucks. Every time I see them, like, on buses or bus stops or bathroom stalls, I wonder that. Like, does it work? Do you get a person who just send a random dollar and be like, who are you? What's your story? Yeah, me too. Like, you see those videos where people be like, blessing time, put your Cash App in the bio and see if you get blessed. Every time I see people do that and come back and comment, it's to say that they got scammed in their inboxes. So I don't mess with that. Okay, hun. I'm assuming you just want a regular, like, see what comes out type pool, or did you have a question? Shoot, I wish some of them dudes in my inbox talking about wanting to send me $5,000. What would I do? It was legit. No, not really, because I know what they want. They're creepers. Okie dokie, let's see what we get. Whoops, there went my phone. Sorry, we fell down. All right, just over the top, before we actually get in depth, the vibe I'm getting is there has been either a job offer or a, what's the word I want to use? Job offer or a case. Definitely something involving physical goods or money that you've been waiting for. I'm really kind of getting the vibe. Hang on, I'm going to turn this off because I'm getting distracted. I don't like to be distracted. Sorry, guys. All right, let's start this off. I'm not seeing the flicker now. We're good. All right, I have the Knight of Pentacles, and the first vibe that I got with that was either physical goods, job, maybe a settlement or a case that you've been working on, finally moving. Definitely have the sense of being stuck in a rut when it comes to money. Not like, I'm not saying like you're losing it, but that there was something you've been waiting on with physical or financial means behind it that is finally going to be moving. When the movement comes, it will be sudden. And the reason I mentioned a job is with this Two of Swords. Now, when I say job, probably should say something you have a choice over, because it may not actually be like work. I probably should have stated that first. With the Two of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like this is something that you've chosen to do. So think along the lines of buying a house, buying a car, career changes, going into business for yourself, selling off something that you own. That's the overall view. Now, before I go forward, I'm going to double check if this is something that is good, just because I was distracted and I don't want to go on if I'm wrong. Hey. Just where we're at now, is this sounding right, or do I need to repull because I was distracted? I just want to be upfront. Okay. If it stays, I'll leave the chat on so you can give feedback. But I definitely, those two cards, it's funny then that a decision weighed into it. Your stepdad would have to make that choice. The decision is being made, or the decision being made is what's going to lead to that freeing up. But it's going to come very quickly. The other thing that I get is, I wouldn't say that. I don't tend to do readings on that. But I will say months, weeks to months. With the moon card, it's within the phases of the moon. I would say probably no more than 3 or 4 months. Absolute most 6. But I'm not really expecting it to be so long. I really think it'll be sooner that you at least get progress towards it, if not the actual money. I also feel like this is a team effort. There are siblings or other family members involved that could work with you to help work this out, maybe as intermediaries. Or maybe you guys can come to a deal together that, hey, you know, I feel like it's fair if you give me X amount now, or I feel like it's fair if we come to terms of agreement in the middle, however you would like to phrase it. Same vibe, same idea. And I do feel like when you get the payoff, it is going to be enough to kind of not only meet your needs at the time, but to leave you a little bit extra. This is kind of a, I don't want to say huge amount of money. Is there other family members he could maybe talk to? Because other than that, I would say a lawyer. But there is some kind of a teamwork that needs to be involved here to get this moving. Court systems, maybe. Oh, so yeah, that's a good bit. She was good, Steph. She was being legit. Yep, I would definitely say maybe the tribe can get involved. But that is definitely what I'm seeing, is it's going to take teamwork unless you want to wait until it naturally moves forward. Oh, shoot. See, I don't know much about it. I know, like, native law would go through native council, so I figured with it being native money that it would be tied up with it. My next best guess would say maybe court then. With my with my tendency to not want to predict unaliving, maybe that's what it's saying. Is that'll be the teamwork, that his health will go down or something. And I don't like to say that. I am not one that likes to predict that kind of stuff. But I do see movement coming here soon. I'm going to feel so bad if that's how it has to come now, though. You'll have to keep me updated, though. I don't typically like to do, time frames, months, weeks, whatever. But I'm really getting that strong. Just keep me posted and let me know, like, what happens in the next few months. And if her will says he has to go first, then I don't even think court could help. But I think next few months. And sorry that my lack of education and assumption came in that way. I did not mean any harm by it. Hey, Debbie. And I will say, I know who you are, and I appreciate that you gave me a chance. No, you're good, Steph. You didn't know. You're okay, Addie. You didn't know. It wasn't you that distracted me. Just as we started with the pools, I got a little bit of a swarm of trolls. You're welcome. And that really makes me feel honored, because not many did. There was a huge belief of I was just being mean. I shouldn't have done it in the state that I did it in, and I do regret that. But I can't change that either. I'm good, Amanda, and you? So for me, I see it as no different than casting lots as they did in Old Testament book of, let me see, I think it's covered in Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, maybe Leviticus, I want to say. It's got quite the presence in Old Testament. And commentaries have spoken on the fact that it's believed. Well, thank you, H. It is believed that originally, when it was written about sorcerers and witches and psychics, that it was more the people who were ripping off the people than anything else. Now, of course, that comes down to human interpretation, and at the end of the day, it'll come down to me and God, but that's where I stand. Thank you, Steph. I have done a thing. I don't think many people realize I'm serious when I say it. I had a huge call to start really studying the faith, especially into apologetics, which is being able to defend your faith. I have these books up top: Parables, Excavating Evidence for Jesus, Bible Knowledge Commentary, Hermeneutics, Evangelical Commentary, Jesus, Legal Defense of His Deity. And then I have this shelf and this shelf full of books that's all biblical related. It's taken me a while going through used channels, but when I find the cheap deals, I grab them. Have a good day at work, and thank you too. I really do appreciate that. It's a lot to learn. A lot of memorizing, a lot of study. But honestly, I want to say I read more books than I read cards to begin with. But I still want to say within 2 years, I was given readings to the family. It's definitely easier if you get the plain Rider-Waite-Smith deck, which is like the traditional tarot deck. And pretty much every deck out there is based on it. Thank you, Lori. I got into tarot when I was 15, Amanda, and I am now 31. Cindy, not only was that rude, but it comes off as very racist. You should rethink what you are talking about or ask things kindly before you come off, because that was highly offensive. I've begun covering my head for my faith. Thank you, Gracie. This is one of the things I've found out on my journey, going really in depth and adventuring, is this was the way that the original Christians were. You were supposed to cover your head whenever you prophecy or pray. I tend to pray through the day. And of course, I read cards, which is a form of prophecy. Or I prophesy and pray. And I read cards, which is a form of prophecy. So I decided to keep it 24 hours instead of just a church. Or every day, not really 24 hours. But anybody coming in, we are grabbing readings. We do, Gracie. And when you ask for help from above, it really does change things. But you got to mean it. And that's part of why I've come down this journey. As far as readings, we were talking about doing $20 readings. That would be a 16 card on top of the 10 card 8s. That way I don't have to do 23 readings in 2 days. Maybe I can get a little bit quicker. It is hard. I don't want to get in too much trouble in the chat, but if it's an OPE, maybe try methadone mat would probably be the best. You will have a little window where you will still be doing both while you get adjusted. They will expect that. They'll be on top of it. Mine was pretty quick. I don't know if everybody's goes as quick as mine did because I was pregnant, but it definitely made a difference and helped me get here. Thank you, Pinky. Thank you, Amanda. I don't know if I said thank you, Kaylee, but thank you. Yes, it's something new, and it's just for my faith. And you're fine. The way you approached it is perfectly fine. Somebody calling it a towel on my head brings back 9/11 racism, and we don't do that here. So let's see. I had needed 23 readings, which is 230. So now I need 225. So we'll still keep it 23 readings and then just put like, yes, ma'am. So in the Bible, it was written by Paul that women should keep their head covered while they're in church praying and prophesying. Because I pray and prophesy daily throughout the day, I keep it on. Thanks, Pinky. He's walking now. Oh my God, starting to sing along with songs. He has grown so fast. I swear, 19 months has flown by. But he's doing really good. He's going through terrible twos. That part's not so fun, but I still love him. We'll get through it. It's just a season. Thank you, Kate. Well, thanks for that heads up, Amanda. I'm sorry to hear that, Pinky. That's got to be really hard to deal with. Thank you, Marla. A room here is about to empty. I don't really think I'm going to move rooms, but I'm going to take a look at it when it's a little emptier and see, because it's a huge room, like ginormous. Maybe actually as big as my 2 rooms combined. But I kind of like where I'm at. So we'll see. We will see. But anyways, everybody's coming in. I wish I could wish you a miracle and say it was over. But you know what? I don't think you would change it if you could. I do, Stephanie. I actually have 2 rooms combined. I didn't think so. I know I wouldn't change anything about my boy either. Even his temper tantrums is just part of growing up. There are things they can do for you for the anxiety now. Or you could also go into, I didn't even think to offer this, medical detox would be a good option too. No, ma'am, Rosie, I go back to class tomorrow and Thursday, which is why I literally have to do 23 readings in 2 days, because the baby's here Thursday. Aww. Yeah, I know that feeling all too well. If you want, because I don't want to put too many details and get either one of us in trouble. If you want to DM me, I'll see what we can come up with for some ideas to get you on your own path. It can be done, but the pain of being the same has to be more than the pain of change, if it's ever going to work. And that's the thing. Like, I know people hate that I say it, but I always say, if you put as much energy into not as you do to do, you'll get somewhere really fast. That's what I did. Now, it's not for everybody, and don't do it just because I did. Just saying. It's what we're supposed to do, Pinky. If you didn't have somebody to show you the way and you had to find it on your own, where would you be? We get raised by our parents who tell us what to do to be adults. And then as adults, we get advice from other adults. If we didn't have that, we'd be in trouble. I gotta be off here at 1 today. I gotta take the baby to WIC. You're welcome. Now, I can tell you there's only 4 substances that can actually do that. So long as you're in good health. You'll be okay. I was already striving for it, but he definitely kickstarted it. He's doing good, thank you. And how are you? I'm not going to try and say your name and make it look any kind of butchered. Oh, okay. It's just a way of saying shugs. Yeah, I was going to say shoogs. So that would have been bad. Yep. Honestly, I think if he hadn't come along, I was already getting tired of being stuck in the taper anyway. I had already gotten to where I was going 36 hours without, so I would have gotten there eventually. The only thing is, when I got pregnant and needing more, it just totally spun me out. I'm sorry to hear that, Shugs. Just remember, all we can do is love them. We can't change them. And don't hesitate to set boundaries if you need to, because you have to come first. He won't like it, because no addict does, but he'll appreciate it when he's back in his right mind. Just please do not try and tough love. If you really want to understand, is just look at him and what he does, and then think that he has no control over what he's doing. He is totally aware that what he's doing is wrong, that what he's doing is hurting him, and he literally cannot stop. That'll help the understanding a little bit more. I see everybody coming in. We have a total of 23 readings to do in 2 days between bill and rent. So if you want readings, I am doing $10 8 cards and $20 16 cards. Same payment info as always in the link tree in the bio. I get it. I've seen kids living through it, and I'm glad mine didn't have to. And I feel the worst for the kids that do. They don't understand. I am so sorry, Pinky. Thank you, Steph. You're welcome. And anybody that's in here struggling with that in their lives, I don't want to say too much and get banned. My DMs are open. Always, whether you just need to understand where somebody in your life is coming from, whether you need help yourself, my DMs are open. Honestly, he may be at the point where he's fully aware they need him and it's making him worse. But without knowing details, I can't really sit on that and say. Thank you, Spoiler. I've been on both sides. That's something I don't talk about a lot. It does. It absolutely makes sense. That's why I say, get with me and we can find you some options. You don't have to be full-blown abusing to go to a detox. Oh, so they fully understand too. That is a tough spot. That is a very tough spot. I went through it with my ex-husband. He used a long time before he brought me down with him. So I do kind of know what it's like to be on that side too, but we didn't have kids involved. As much as it hurt me, I can only imagine what it would be like to a kid. But all you can do is try and take up the slack. And just let them know what I'm telling you too. He's just not okay right now. He's not. That's it. He doesn't love the more. He just doesn't know how to stop. Well, thank you, Shugs, and you're welcome. You're another one my inbox is open for. This is what I want to do with my life. This is why I'm going to college right here. And then maybe as my platform evolves, we can do like free counseling sessions online as a group, not really like individualized because that's just not a thing to do in public. But we could do like just lives where we get the chance to talk like you're with a counselor for free. Well, thank you, Gracie. It's going to be a long time coming. But once I get some knowledge under my belt, we can do that. I would like to do tarot forever, but I'm feeling called for something else. Thank you, Bree. Thanks, Shugs. I hope you feel better and good luck. Hello, everybody new. Bills this week came up to needing 23 readings. I have 2 days to do them in. I had a lady doctor yesterday, and the boy is here Thursday instead of daycare for Juneteenth. So, thank you, Desiree. Hey, Rava. It hurts. But like I said, the hurt of staying the same has to be greater than the fear of change. I've chosen to do it for my religion, Spicy. And good morning. And sorry, I was doing my spiel. We are offering $20 16 card readings to hopefully take this from 20 cards or 23 readings to 13. Do what you're comfortable with. I don't usually say this, but with the level of readings that are needed, tips are welcome, gifts are welcome, paying it forward is welcome, but I definitely would lean more towards getting the actual readings. And that's the things we could avoid if society just cared and stopped seeing us as trash. I'm lucky I go to a clinic that cares and goes above and beyond to make sure their people are okay. I would not be able to watch that silently. Well, hello, Melody. Good to see you. Why would I not be okay? I'm glad I could say it. Oh, because I'm on MAT for use disorder. Yeah, I'm doing okay, Melody. Getting ready to hit 20 months of sobriety. Got my little boy. Yeah. No, you're good. You didn't know. Yeah, that's all. Somebody had told part of their story, and I was saying mine as kind of reminding myself I'm lucky. And hopefully indirectly letting those who may need it know, make sure you're doing a good clinic. Make sure you're not a number. Make sure they care. If they don't see you, they're going to reach out. Make sure they give you grace before they just yank your doses. Some clinics will let you not be there for like up to 3 days. That's what I thought. Yes, he is. Yep, 20 months. How are you, Karen? And thank you. Congrats to your dad. Well, Melissa, if I get to pay it forward and you're here, I'll see what I can do about that. Or if there's a time where it's not so pressing to get the paid readings in, I'll do it. You're welcome. Actually, you know what? What kind of reading would you have wanted? Just a general? Let me see what I can do. Hey! I know I can use the money, but I can't do it all paid either. Sometimes that's the key to getting paid, is letting people see the readings. And sometimes it's just fulfilling. You're welcome. Today, this is fulfilling. I don't even do it for that reason. You love your daughter very much, and I have a feeling like there's been, or currently is, hey Heather, a time where it was just you two. I don't know if you were like a young mom. I do not have Zelle. My bank doesn't support it. I have PayPal. That's it. That's the only thing now. Hey, Mima. Yep, first card I got was the Lovers, and I feel like it's a very singular love. Like, it's you and her against the world. And I do feel like this is going to be overcome. Now, I don't know if it's the solitude that's going to be overcome, or the illness, or both. Alrighty, Mima. But I do see overcoming. Nope. I have been sober almost 20 months. I never stopped reading. This is my life. Now, I do have the Devil card, which is usually a sign that this is something that you could get out of with a little bit more... no, that's not what I'm going to say. The Devil card usually indicates that where you're at could be changed, but there's actions you need to take to do it. And again, I think it's linked, honestly, the solitude and the illness. There are ways to make this better within its limits. I don't think we're talking recovery, but I would love to hope so. Okay? Anything can happen. But I do feel like there are ways to improve your situation. But I do feel like there's also a hesitancy on your part to take the actions. A pride almost. But I do see chances. I do see perhaps even a new opinion, new treatment option with the World card as well as the Fool card. I do feel like maybe a change in scenery, almost is how we'll say it, could help liven things up. If you're in position to go outside and enjoy the fresh air, try and do that. Get your spirits up, because I do feel like there's a little bit of depression around this. And kind of focus on taking it easy. Stop pushing yourself so much. You're doing so much because you love her, and it's taking its toll on your health as well. Very, very bad toll on you as well. I do see where it's you kind of, you're in charge, you're the one running things. There is nobody else. And while it is a lot, you've done amazing at it, and you will continue to do amazing. It's a downtime, it's not forever. All right? Even if this isn't something y'all can recover from, which is kind of what I'm getting the vibe of, there are ways to make it more what's the word I want? Endurable. And there are ways to make it a little bit more happy. Yet manageable could work too. Well, thank you. I'm glad to hear that. And I'm glad that I was in a position to help. I appreciate you too. How much is up to you. I'm going to comment what you type into your browser. Do not type this into PayPal app. Put it in your browser. I'm doing $10 8-card readings and $20 16-card readings. Thank you, Melissa. As I said, you put this in your browser exactly as it's seen. It'll take you right to my page. Whatever you send, I adjust for. So if there's extra that you intended as a tip, let me know. I've had people feel bad because they sent it, and I've done it, and I've had people go the other way around. Did it show up, Pinky? Well, I guess it's a good thing I'm not schizophrenic and I've been 20 months sober, isn't it, Vesper? Unlike you, who has a very ugly personality of judgment and apparently some serious issues to work through, I've done what I need to do to be a better person and to work off what I've done in the past. But if you want to go straight under the bridge to get ripped off, then that's on you. I've chose to, Alexis. Thanks, Missy. That was very sweet of you. No, you're good. I chose it for my faith. Yep, it's the same principle, except that instead of just doing it while I'm in church, I do it full time since I do prayer and prayer journal ink. I do prayer throughout the day, and I also prophesy with my cards. So, and I do it in public. So I felt like this was the better way. And as I see new people coming, I will tell you all, I'm here another half hour. I'm trying to take a chunk out of 23 readings that we have 2 days to do because life is lifing. I am offering $20 16 card readings, flexible readings where you send what you're comfortable with and I adjust per amount. Understand and love. If you can love them through that, then great. Live your life as you feel as proper as your religion dictates, and maybe they'll come around and change, and if not, it's up to you. Can you love them through it? Yeah. I have an appointment for the baby that I have to leave for in 20 minutes or 40 minutes. 1:20, obviously, when I gotta leave. Yesterday was lady checkup that I found out Sunday night was scheduled for yesterday because I knew it was coming and kept forgetting to check. So there's that. That was me. I did that. Yeah. I'm not the best at keeping track, if you didn't know. I have the baby. When the baby is home from daycare or it's the weekend, it's just me and him. We are breezy. How are you? I'm Christian. Yep, it's new. I honestly did not expect as many questions about that scarf as I've gotten. Thank you, Melissa. I'm happy to. Yeah, I remember being pregnant in the heat. It sucks, but you'll get through, and it'll be so worth it when you hold that little bean. Well, thank you, Haley. Yep, I honestly thought about. I'm seriously freaking out, like 100% in the open. Just saying where I'm at mentally right now. I am seriously freaked out that I'm not going to make what I need to make. One of the reasons it's so high is my credit card bill is due tomorrow. And I could make the minimum payment of $96. But if I do that, it's not going to budge my balance any. So I'm really pushing to get my $160 in that I normally pay. And rent is Thursday. Normally, I would have Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That just took me speechless. Oh my Lord, these puzzles. I don't know if they actually meant that to be as offensive as it was. It was definitely assumptive. I'm good, and you? I can't, Melissa. I have my baby. Somebody commented and asked me if the headscarf will be removed when my treatment's over. It's not being told that I have treatment that's offensive to me. What if there was people in here who did? He is doing great, Lynn. Walking, talking, getting into all the trouble he can. No, I don't regret it. I regret the things I've done on it, but I don't regret it. They follow me, so I don't know. You got to be strong to do lives. Which, that's the other thing happened this week. I've been having, I think I talked to you about this or mentioned this. I'll mention it again without trying to be too gross. But I've been getting these clumps coming from my sinuses down my throat that had been worrisome. And I showed a picture to my doctor, and we have to do a sputum sample and see if it grows. She's concerned. Basically, never seen something like this, and is already suggesting that we do scans. I do get tonsil stones. This isn't it. I have pictures, but I don't want to gross people out. Okay, put it that way. But it's definitely nasal mucus. And I actually thought it was pieces of my septum at first. I'm not going to lie. I'm good, Amy, and you? No. It had, well, sometimes it'll have yellow around it, but it's like a brown color. And that's got me nervous this week, too. Yes, it's the one that I got a picture of is probably about that big. It's like a cup shape with a little dent in the middle, and it's about yay tall. And it'll have sticky mucus on the outside, but it's hard in the middle. And if you let it like dry out, it just crumbles like a regular pass, if you get what I mean. I'm trying not to be gross, but I'm scared as fuck. And I don't even really cuss anymore. So let that sink in. I'm scared. And yeah. I appreciate it. I did. She has me doing a sputum sample and is talking about scans after that comes back, depending on the results. No, it's been happening since I got clean. And I'm kind of terrified my face is falling apart. I'm not going to lie. So yeah, it's been a lot this week. So I almost canceled the baby's appointment. Which I've got about 20 minutes. The 30th will be 20 months, Amy. Hey, baby. Talking about a health scare and the nerves from that and a lot of readings in 2 days. Excuse me. Thank you, Amy. I hope not, but it does look very much like septum. And it's hard not to be scared. Everybody swore I just wanted to be sick and I made up these health issues. And yeah, some of them I did. But not all of them. We don't know what it is. She has me doing a sputum sample. It is just like a clump of buildup. I don't know a better way to describe it. I hope you're right, Gracie. I chose to do it as part of my faith, Alex. Yep, and then putting in, knowing that I got screwed out of being here yesterday. Yes, and I get pain right here. That's what I'm thinking, Jen. Thank you, Kim. Because in fact, it hurts right here, right now. Right here. Thank you, Kim. And it would push out those little bumps. Ow. Yeah, it is a little puffy. I thought that might be what it was because that's kind of what it looks like, but she said no. And of course, now I found it, so now I got to play with it and see how big it is. I've been good, Dawn. Almost 20 months sober. How are you? Yeah, it smells funky. Thank God I don't have a hole in my mouth, but I'm wondering what my sinuses look like. No, you're good, because these are things I needed to track anyway. I'm glad to hear that, Dawn. The good part is we know it's an issue. We're on it. We're testing. So, worst comes to worst, we'll get it cleaned out. Because it is coming from both sides. Probably is, Gracie. Hey, Tina. Hi from America. I hope I said thank you, Dawn, but if not, thank you. Thank you for your help, Melissa. That's what I'm doing. That they do, Angel. Well, I appreciate you finding me. Make sure you go ahead and give me a follow so next time you can just watch it here instead of through somebody who's just got no time, nothing but time on their hands. I don't know, but I forgive them. Obviously, they need to find some happiness in their life. Thank you, Priscilla. Does it hurt to get it done, though? It's just a head wrap, Jessica. Me too. Yesterday was actually the first exam I had for the lady side of things that wasn't the most painful thing I've ever had in my life. Okay, good. Yeah. It sucks. I got 15 more minutes if anybody wants to help take a chunk out of these massive amounts of readings. Honestly, I'm scared. But harping on being scared isn't going to help. We're doing good, baby. How are you? And thank you. For my religion, Florida. Thank you for that, Angel. Yeah, I'm working on it. I guess it's just built up in there from fun times. It's only because it's new, Angel. It's okay. Yes, I do get migraines from pressure. I'm Christian, and yes, you're more than welcome to ask. I'm kind of going back into the roots of Christianity. We're supposed to cover our heads whenever in church praying or prophesying, since I pray throughout the day and prophesy for my day job. Here I am. I just had a 5-day migraine just a couple weeks ago. That's what set off this constant need to be here and be pushing for all these readings. I went from having things saved up to being right at the edge because that migraine was so bad. And like I said, I have a picture, but I just don't want to gross people out. But I have a feeling that at least some of you will be like, yes, that is exactly what that is. And that would be a huge relief. It's a head wrap, Amy. Thank you, Amy. Ooh. All right, well, give me a